Always a pleasure to meet a Jedi. Yes, it's Jango Fett, ladies and gentlemen. This is only one Kenobi, only one. Jango Fett is next in the series, and I do have him loose, as you can see. I've got two of them loose, but they weren't opened off a vintage card. So you could argue that I don't have him loose, but I do, because these two figures are a repack of, or this is a repack of these two guys here. Individually, I got one of them. One of them is one I bought loose on eBay, which blatantly came for. It was advertised as a vintage collection Jango Fett, but it wasn't. I'm pretty darn sure that that is the Legacy Collection one, who is facing us now. You can get that guy in that pose pretty much, but I like that when he's got the two blasters ready to pull out the holster. And then this one came from the, I think it was the Attack of the Clones commemorative pack, the Blu-ray commemorative pack, which is the same figure, and I'll come in on them later, but first off, let's start on the card. So I thought I'd have two back-to-back to show you two variants of how you can pose this amazing figure loose. And first off, the card back is amazing, and somebody just commented on another video I've got, asking about the modern line, about why they're not unpunched anymore, and I really don't know. You'd have to ask Hasbro about that, but I think it's okay, because it saves any ambiguity now. You know that they're factory punched, and that's not a worry for anybody to have to get them unpunched or punched anymore. You know, although I do miss the days of having a card that was unpunched, because it was just another, you know, visual sign that it was mint, you know, never been in a shop. Anyway, so here is the figure in the bubble. The two figures I have loose, which I'll come to in a minute, do not have the poncho, which is one regret. I did have a spare Jango Fett that was punched, and I was going to open it, but I actually sold it on eBay. In fact, it came in the job lot I was talking about not long ago. The job lot of my Anakin Peasant Disguise and Padme Peasant Disguise included a Jango Fett in the same deal, which would have had the value of about £20. And anyway, I decided to sell it on, because I had these two guys here, and I thought, well, I don't need another one loose, really. For the sake of just one poncho, there's no point in me opening it. So anyway, I sold it on, which is a slight regret now, because I know in my heart of hearts that these two figures never came off the vintage card, and I'm missing a couple of accessories. That poncho. Anyway, let's look on the back. Here is the history lesson, which I do miss on the current cards, because you don't get it. And it's accurate. That is the first ever Jango Fett that was released. I tell you what, that figure's awesome, by the way. If you don't own a Jango Fett from the Power of the Jedi line, he is posed, but he looks awesome. So he's really good. Mace Windu yet to come, as is this guy in the series and this guy, so check them out. Oh my god! They've just all been knocked off the podium. Excuse my bad temper there, it's really annoying. I don't want to have to be doing takes after take after take after take. Here's another look at the front of the card. It's funny, all the discussion about digital images and stuff. That is definitely a digital image, but you've got no choice with films like Attack of the Clones, because a lot of the whole of the film, like, it seems like a good 98% of it, if not more. That's slightly high, that percentage. 80% of it is all digital. So here is figure number one rotating, and he is really good. The facial sculpt ain't bad either. He has that accessory, the headgear there, and the backpack is the Phase 2 backpack, because he lost one, didn't he? That's the one that he had on when he had his head chopped off, I believe, because his first one got busted by Obi-Wan on the landing pad and Camino. So there you go. There's number one. I've just missed the opportunity to show you the face again. Let me go straight in on the face. There he is. That is Tamora Morrison, more or less. And then this next figure. I really like the pose of this next one. You'll have to excuse me because I just knocked him off. There he is. Let's have a look at this guy. And this pose, I only put it in this pose because I know Fly Guy, when he reviewed this vintage Jango years ago now on his channel, he whipped out his Legacy just to compare the fact that they are the same figure, and he had his second Jango in this pose, which I loved instantaneously. And I knew when I got hold of my own figure for Jango, I would have it in that pose. It looks like a cowboy, a gunslinger. Love it. The helmet, I love the character of Jango Fett. He's He's got a lot of dimension to the character. He is as cool looking as Fett was in the 80s, but, you know, when he takes his helmet off and you see who he is, he's like an underworld character, played very well by Tamura Morrison. Shady, dangerous, I like him. Rugged, grrr, I like all that. It's awesome, man. He's just a cool character. Funny film, really. Attack of the Clones, not necessarily at the top of my favourite ever films. However, I do like a lot of the artwork, the design, the characters, the colours, the tones, the feel. Nice, I like it. Really good. So anyway, there you are. That's all I can really say about that, other than it's an awesome figure, and yes, I do have him loose. It qualifies as one I have loose, because it is a repack. Any repacks I have that match it, boom, we're concluding. So, nearly lost the camera there. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out. Wow.